Okay, welcome to the stream, everybody. We are in a battle today. All right, you guys are always in my chat saying, "Hugo, why don't you compete anymore? Why don't you enter tournaments anymore?" Well, today I did. Except it's a chess tournament, not a melee tournament. But you know what? It's still gonna be fire, and I'm gonna take it every bit as seriously. Kind of. Most like, I mean, I don't know how to not take things seriously when I'm competing. If I don't advance today, then I'm gonna eat my own dick. Okay, I don't deserve to have one.
All right, relatively straightforward so far. Now, Hugs and Leffen. I mean, this is a rivalry. You know, these guys were talking some smack to each other. You know, Hugs a bit of he's a really old school member of the community. The memes about Hugs, or he's old, blah blah blah. He's definitely one of the oldest people in the Smash community. He's like our grandfather figure here in Smash. Yeah, in the Smash Bros scene, in the world of Smash Bros, you know, Leffen would be the favorite to beat a guy like Hugs. Although Hugs has defeated him once before. But in the world of chess, you know, where Hugs, he was not a great chess player a couple months ago. I played him in September. You know, he's just starting out. And he is almost honestly, he has almost doubled his rating from September. Like his rating a couple months ago in September was literally like half of what it is today. And yeah, that's really wonderful to see. I just think he likes the game a lot. He likes streaming it. Yeah, this position right now, he's playing a lot of good moves, looking to probably trade off the dark squared bishops, and going after this kind of King's Indian setup that the Leffen has. Ooh, wow. C5 from Leffen here.
Ooh.
C5.
All right. I don't know what happens if bishop takes c5, though, because we got a pin.
Yeah, knight can't take back because it's okay. Ooh, instead of playing bishop takes c5, he just tries to go that way. But, I mean... Okay.
He went for the plan that you said, Toph. He went for the exchange of dark square bishop. That was exactly what you were talking about there.
Yeah, but I think bishop takes c5 would have been just fine, right? It would have threatened the rook too, which is a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So it would have been even with a tempo, well, Fork City, you know, that's Hugo finds himself the mayor of Fork City, unfortunately. A bit of a pickle here.
You're absolutely right. I mean, you called it before. You said that Hugo didn't want to go to Fork City, and unfortunately, he ended up going there anyway. Well, I think that the best option for Black is to try to exchange as many pieces as possible, because material-wise, it's not like... I mean, obviously, typically 2 knights are a bit better than 1 rook, but I think that that's the easiest way to, you know, to not lose immediately, basically, to try to hold it out. So I think that if Black is able to exchange a bunch of pieces, then it's going to be pretty equal. So I think that that's Black's idea. So
Hugs certainly, I will say, a little bit on the slower side. He does really like to take his time. His coach, Alessia Santaramo, was encouraging him to play a bunch of Puzzle Rush, play more Blitz, because she did kind of identify that sort of, that I guess deficiency or whatever. But at the same time, I mean, he has been playing such solid moves. But yeah, I mean, if Leffen can take him to a blitz, I mean, this is like what I've seen from Leffen's play so far. I mean, he's been doing really great. I think a lot of people before the weekend thought Hugs was one of the total clear favorites to win the event even. And Leffen is just looking, he can definitely still do it. And I think the fact that he's winning on time by over double Hugs' time at this point, with Hugs now going down under 2 minutes, is a good sign, ultimately. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. So one of the knights gets traded off. Jeez. Yeah, can these 2 rooks do it? 2 rooks in a dream.
2 rooks in a dream. I love it. So yeah, this is just, he's playing really well here, and the time difference is very small as well at this point, so we're not seeing any extreme time trouble anymore. So it seems like Hugs has this under control.
All right, B3. And
I think this is over, you know?
This feels, the thing about it was like, okay, so even the time advantage has kind of melted away. I think because the position is so simple and straightforward now that, oh my God, that's checkmate. Does he play it?
Ooh, that's a checkmate. You got it there. You got it. No, he's not doing it.
Not quite yet. Yeah.
Okay, that was a very nice checkmate there in one.
With the queen, just not often that you see a single piece. Always trading down.
They're trading down.
But I think white is winning this race, unfortunately.
Yeah, white is winning this race, but we're seeing a trade. Queen f8 would obviously have been the easiest way of doing it, but
he plays h6. Why not at least h5? Give your pawn a head start. He wants to keep them connected, I suppose. But yeah, unfortunately, he's just going to be too slow. And the queen is going to cover g2. Yeah, this is promotion even comes with check, which is always really, really, really ugly when that happens to you. And you're just like, oh God, I miscalculated.
Absolutely right. That's a super annoying thing about chess sometimes. You just get that promotion with check. But look, he's doing that check. He's probably going to take the pawn in. Well, he didn't take the pawn in g3, but I suppose he will. So there you go.
There it is. And that, you'll notice, by the way, that increment helps so much. Like they're back above 3.5 minutes, actually. It's just, especially in these end games where there's, the position's been simplified a little bit. Okay, now Leffen's got to go for a stalemate. That's the only way.
Yeah. Leff is going to try to go for a stalemate, but we don't believe that there's going to be a stalemate, right? Come on, no stalemate here.
Yeah, and he's just going to do the simplest way to do this, and he's going to walk the king over and boom.
All right. There we go. Hugs won. 1-0.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That was a fucking dirty game.
We're seeing the start of game number 2 between Leffen and Hugs. Here we have it. So this is looking like it's going to be a pretty positional game, I think. Don't you think so?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, if I'm looking at this position, I'm thinking, my first thought is kind of like, okay, let's say Leffen castles kingside. He's got some. I've heard this referred to as like Swiss, like his light squares look like Swiss cheese right now, just lots of holes. So I would be a little bit worried about king safety over there. Now, yeah, Leffen might even be just ever so slightly ahead in development here. I mean, at the same time with the center opening up, maybe that we're talking about how bad Hugs's light square bishop was, where it was kind of stuck behind his own pawns. Now it's actually going to be able to potentially exploit those weak light squares around Leffen's king. So yeah, I don't know. Both sides certainly have some ideas.
I think that this is interesting because we can see like sort of a little pawn race, kind of. I mean, I guess that he could take the pawn now, but we're sort of seeing a little pawn race. Everything that Hugs is trying to do is promote his pawn, and everything that everything that Leffen is trying to do is to promote his a pawn, and everything that Hugs is trying to do is to also be able to push his pawn. So they're both sort of having a little race.
Right. And it's just white doing a little bit better here, because I think what I'm seeing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I just feel like the knight is really nicely positioned to just kind of lock down, say, hey, I don't have to worry about my a pawn for now. I'm just going to leave it, let it chill. And if you look at the kings, I mean, white's king is so much closer to that black pawn than black's king. So I think his plan maybe is just, okay, he's going to threaten the knight. So the knight is going to have to move, or he can defend the knight. But it looks like maybe white is just going to try to move his king to maybe, f3, e3 or something like that. And then he can take that, just simply take it with his rook now that once it's defended by the king, or attacked by the king and the rook.
Yeah.
A6. Leffen found it. Just as someone in my chat said, I doubt Leffen finds a6, but oh my God.
There we go. Leffen is finding it.
Oh my God.
That's a big tactic. Wow.
That is a chat tactic. Yes.
I'm impressed. That was a difficult tactic to find, honestly.
Yeah, agreed.
That's so nice of Leffen. Wow.
Man.
You know what I'm sensing, Tom? I'm sensing that we're gonna get our third blitz match, our third blitz game here.
Oh my God. Yeah, not a single 2-0 yet today. Not a single game has not got into the blitz section. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see if Hugs even plays if he finds the best try here. He's taking his taking his time to think.
Definitely, this is the time to think, because he has to go rook a6, because otherwise it's just completely over immediately. He's going rook a6. But I agree with you. I think that Leffen is going to take this one home. I don't think he's going to blunder, especially with the 6.5 minutes he has here.
Mm-hmm.
King f3, attacking the knight.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to push or is he going to defend the knight?
Yeah, and of course, if he pushes immediately, you know, the rook has to come in to prevent the promotion. You can't get greedy here. You know, the only way to immediately lose this is if he gets greedy and say d2 and then king e4. That would be one way for sure to throw this away. But I don't think he's going to make that sort of blunder.
I don't think so either, but that's a really good point. Don't be too greedy in chess, always. And I think that this endgame is actually going to take a while to win, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So f5 is the only way of, you know, defending the knight to make sure that the pawn stays on d2. So maybe f5 will be played to not lose the pawn. I guess that's the best chance.
Yeah, that's a cool, and he plays it. Yep, that's a cool idea.
Ooh.
Okay, so not so simple. Certainly not so simple.
The knight has to move. So he's going here, you know, trying it out, but obviously king takes d2 is the only move here. And there we go. There we have it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we are in that full on 3 pawns against 3, all the same files even with Leffen up the exchange. So this is going to be interesting for sure as Hugs dips down below 3 minutes here. All right. Where so yeah, I mean for Leffen here, I mean, I guess, you know, so yeah, it is a one position, but you were kind of mentioning this is like can be a little bit tricky to actually close out. So what are the yeah, if you're white here, you know, you should be winning, but what's kind of the ideal? Like how do you actually end up winning this? Like what's the way to win this?
So yeah, I think that you want to restrict as much movement for a knight as possible. The issue with having a knight and why like it's easier to win rook versus knight instead of rook versus bishop is the fact that the knight can just like go one jump at a time. So the knight cannot control so many squares. If you have a bishop, then the bishop can at least control a full diagonal, but the knight can just control like one square at a time. So at some point, you're just going to be able to push down the knight quite a lot and just get your rook really active. But yeah, we're seeing that it's taking its time. I think that this game could take quite a long time. We're going to see a long endgame. I guess just pushing. All right, are we gonna see that? Oh no, he's bringing the rook.
Rook d3. Wow, what is rook d3? Hugs is smiling. Hugs is starting to smile. Hugs is realizing what's going on. He hasn't studied this one. Oh no, Hugs is starting to realize. Wait a second.
He's realized he's got a shot here.
Oh, he's got more than a shot. He doesn't know. He lacks the critical information.
Okay, come on,
you've
Leffen.
got it, Leffen.
No.
You can figure this one out, my dude. You can figure this one out. Oh no, the king is coming to c2.
It's going the other way now. No.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He was so close. He was literally in the last file. Yeah, he just gotta bring I mean, this is still completely winning. Like, he just gotta bring the rook out of here and just get the opposition and just move but he just can't go with the king to the other side. That's the issue. He needs to stay with the king here. Like he needs to get the opposition, get the rook down, and then he needs to check. And then he needs to get the king to the last file. So before he's been going on with like these files, but now he needs to go for the horizontal files. Not that's it ends in a draw. Repetition, everybody. Repetition. It is a draw. It is a draw.
Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Oh shit. Oh, he played so well too. He doesn't know it. He didn't know it. Oh shit. Was that at least somewhat entertaining? You know what? Just the same way my man Leffen grinds his ledge cants or his perfect wave dashes, his perfect ledge dashes. You gotta grind your rook ending. You gotta grind your Rook King finishers. He had me. He totally had me. He played great. Played a lot better than I thought. And in both games, he surprised me with a tactic. I was just trying to play solid, no blunders, and he hit me with like 2 tactics that I fucked up on.